Hi everyone, this is Vinny. Hope you're doing well. Okay, you might be wondering what is going on in the gold market. So, gold was set to retrace. Okay, we had all the indicators in our favor, a lot of the signs in our favor. We had a low RSI, and we had, most importantly, my volume indicator showing a red and a green. Now, I look back about 5 years on the gold chart, and every time there was a red and a green combo, it was always the bottom. And every time gold, especially with such drops such as these, I believe this was about 80-point drop, it usually has a decent retracement to 61.8. Sometimes it might go to 50, but it at least does 50 to 61.8. And so if this was silver, then it would be a different story. But because of gold and because we had so many signs, I was expecting a retracement. However, when I saw this candle and when I heard the news about China, and basically China was the country that screwed everything up pretty much. Okay, remember, critical news will always impact technical analysis. It will always impact it. This is why you always have to re-strategize and have an exit plan. If you're in, it doesn't work out, make sure you have your stop losses. The good thing is that you shouldn't be buying in these areas in the first place. Why? Because you're going against the trend. And I've said it before, I'll say it again, don't go against the trend. Unless, of course, if you have like discretionary funds. If you have funds set aside for risky plays, then that's up to you, but just know about the risks, right? And, I actually had a person who commented stating that, well, because of my so-called wrong advice, I could have cost a lot of people money, and that's just not true. Because I've always stated gold is in a downtrend, and one of my targets just got hit. For this year, I had a target of $1,200. It just got hit. So, you shouldn't be losing money. And besides that, okay, I'm not really here to give you any financial advice anyways. If you are trading and you need help, then, you should get a mentor. I've been trading for a few years. I have a mentor, and I don't stop learning. Traders never stop learning. Even if they've traded for 15, 20 years, they always keep learning new things. So if you need a mentor, definitely get a mentor, but I never state you guys should not have lost money, and always wait for the retracement. Okay, and also during mid-June I came out with a video and I stated to look for targets end of June at 1270 and 1220. And they got hit. They got hit right here and right there. So good news, those targets were hit and the time frames were pretty good, pretty dead on. So happy about that. Like I stated, my $1,200 first target for the year 2013 has gone hit. Now let's move on to the current situation. Okay, and also before I move on to what's going on at the moment, I did state in my previous video that if the momentum is shallow while it tries to retrace up, then look for the second leg down, and that's exactly what we got. So again, you always have to re-strategize according to any type of critical news or anything out of the ordinary that might happen that might skew up your analysis. I've said this before, I'll say it again. Trading is not about predicting. It's about using indicators and analysis and statistics and price to give you probability and to go with that probability. And in case you're wrong, you want to use a stop loss. But again, anyways, I never stated to buy here. Always, because this is a downtrend, the best strategy is to, if you're not short already, which I don't know why you wouldn't. Traders, if you're trading, hopefully you were short over here, or at least over here. But if you weren't short, then the best thing is to always wait for that retracement. Now moving on to what's going on at the moment. So I did a fib projection from here, and this has been hit. So the projection from here has been hit at 1180, and well, what do you know, 1179 and 40 cents. So it hit it right there. The question now is it going to retrace, or are we going to have some more on to the downside? It all depends on the momentum. Yes, we have RSI that's oversold, but it's still what it did right here, which is a pennant flag. So if this does a pennant flag, if it just stays within this little triangle, that's it. We're going to have another drop, and you need to expect gold to go to about mid 1100s. Anywhere from 1145 to 1155 would be my target. Okay? Remember, gold retraces very well. So the moment the momentum is low, you always have to question. You always have to really look at the momentum and really question things a bit and take a step out of this analysis portion of it and go with what your vibes are telling you. If the momentum is not there, then you have to expect another drop. Alright? Now, if it does go up, but if the momentum is still very low, if the volume is very low while it's going up, then it could be a bear flag pattern, which was just like this, where it'll go up a bit and then it'll just drop. Okay, so we do need to look at momentum, and we got to see what happens there. If it does break up to the upside with high momentum, it will do a 61.8, but at this moment, I am not convinced. I think we may see another leg down, but again, it's all about momentum. So definitely check that out. If you have any questions, of course, let me know about that. Okay, this 1150, 1155 level is very critical, and I'm going to explain why. Okay, so let's go to the monthly chart. Okay, so here we have a monthly chart. Okay, if you recall, my first target this year was 1200. That's been hit. Woohoo! And my last and final target I stated was $1,000. Now, for some people, that may be an extreme target, but I'm going to be honest and I'm going to say that was a little bit conservative on my end. And the reason why is if you do a retracement from these lows to these highs, what you'll see is 1155 being a very critical level because it's the 61.8. Remember, on the monthly chart, we've got an uptrend. That uptrend is broken as soon as it pierces the 61.8 level, which is 1155. We are not too far away from that, and I think we will break it this year. As soon as we break that, and some of you will probably not like this, but we may want to look at a possible 681 target. Okay, now remember, I am pro metals, but I have to give you what I'm seeing at the moment. I got to give you that perspective, that unbiased, objective perspective, that if we break the 61.8, then 681 is fair game, especially if we break this level of 950. This is very likely at that point. I did state that before gold goes to $1,000 that people will probably hate gold. I'm going to retract that statement because I think when gold hits 1,000, people are going to be buying it even more. Okay, I feel that when it hits this level, when it hits either 950, between 950 to $600 levels, I think it's going to be then people are going to start selling. And I think then you could see a possible bottom. But again, at this time, I'm just giving you an overall perspective. Obviously, it's just speculation at this point, right? We still have to figure out if it's even going to pass this 950 level. And if it takes out the 946, 950 level, then it's, we're definitely going to the 2008 levels, lows of 681. So I definitely wanted to bring this to your attention. I don't think $1,000 is my last final target anymore. I'm going to actually drop that down to 681. Again, you guys might disagree. You might think 1,000 is a great support, but from objective standpoint, a lot of the congestion were in these levels here. It really wasn't in 1,000. $1,000, the reason why I say 1,000 was because it's more of a psychological support level than anything else. There really wasn't much congestion. It was more psychological than anything else. Question was, can we get to the $1,000 level? And because it did, that's when it kind of broke through. But anyways, I wanted to share that with you. If it does go to 1155, you can bet your money that it's probably going to go to the mid to high $900. And that will make it even more likely to go to 681. So anyways, let me know your thoughts on that. I would really love to know whether you feel 681 or $600, give or take $600 to $700, is likely this year. And if yes, if no, let me know. Now, before I even say goodbye to you guys, I know there's going to be comments about the cost of production. Yes, miners will get closed down during this downtrend momentum. On it will happen, but you got to recall what happened in 2008. The banks did the same thing, right? You had big banks gobble up smaller ones, and then you had the really small ones just die off. They just close shop, right? So the same thing with the miners. You will have the miners that don't really have a good foundation close up. However, you will also have the bigger ones gobble up the smaller and the really good miners as well. So I wouldn't really put that into much perspective. The cost of production doesn't really have an effect on the prices unless it really impacts supply. And I don't think it's going to stay in these levels, for months and months and months. If it does go to 950 to 681, I think it might be about 2-3 months, and then after that, off we go. And 2-3 months is being a little bit more conservative. Okay, remember we just had a huge drop in these past 2 months or so, from about high 1500s to now we got 1200s. So it's not that long. Okay, to impact supply is basically my point. Anyways, those are my thoughts. Look for the momentum tomorrow and early next week. If it's there, then we should see it retrace. If not, then we are headed to mid 1100s. Get ready for that. If you are not short, don't worry. There are lots and lots of opportunities, okay, out there. Wait for the retracement. So if it does hit mid 1100s, the retracement should be approximately in gold 1265 all the way up to about 1295, give or take a few dollars. So that, again, let me know your thoughts about where you feel gold will be this year. And we'll love to hear your thoughts. Any questions you have, please feel free to ask those. Now, also, last thing, I probably won't be doing many videos as much as before. I am getting a little bit more bombarded with my personal life, so hopefully these videos will be enough to give you direction and to not have you panic as much. Again, these are all opportunities, so take advantage of them. Everything's all positive. It all depends on your perspective. You guys just have a wonderful day, and I'll see you on the next video. Thanks, guys.